like to welcome you to the first CHS presidential debate.
I'm your host, Megan Kelly, alongside Anderson Cooper. Tonight, candidates will lay out their visions for the school, take questions from the crowd, and give closing statements. The audience is encouraged to remain quiet, except for right now, as we welcome our presidential candidates, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
How are you, Donald?
Welcome to both of you. For our first question, why are you a better candidate for the future of Chatham High School? Secretary Clinton, you won the coin toss, so you will answer first.
Well, thank you, Anderson, and thanks to Chatham High School for welcoming us. And thanks for all of the hard-working Chathamites that made this possible. The central question in this election is, what kind of school do we want to be? Today is my granddaughter's 2nd birthday, so I think about this a lot.
Wrong.
Mr. Trump, now is not your time to speak.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Megan.
Secretary Clinton, please continue.
I want us to invest in you. I want us to invest in more TV production classes so we can make new episodes of The Pulse. I hope for a better future for our school.
Mr. Trump, your response.
Thank you, Anderson. Look, students are pouring in to our TV production classes. In the first year of The Pulse, there were 12 students. Now there are so many. There are so many, folks. There are so many. We are going to build a great, beautiful wall between the L Wing and the rest of the school, and we will make The Pulse great again. Believe me.
Thank you, Mr. Trump. Secretary Clinton, there is proof that you deleted 33,000 clips from the Video Pro folder while under investigation, even though some clips were marked confidential and could have put the answers to the video production test at risk. How can you justify this?
Well, Anderson, I have apologized for that, but let's focus on the central issues. As I was saying before, today is my granddaughter's 2nd birthday, and planning a party takes a lot of work and a lot of video clips. You know, Bill and I were putting together a video montage, just like I have for decades, and if they did come from the Henderson folder, I do apologize, but I think at this point, what does it matter? Everybody has moved on.
Not me, Hillary.
Well, Donald,
okay?
It's well documented that you have a hard time letting go of feuds.
Crooked Hillary.
Okay, please calm down.
Okay, Madam Secretary, you didn't answer that question at all, but let's open the discussion up to the crowd. We will now take a question from Mr. Ken Bone, a local undecided voter.
What steps will you take to keep CHS environmentally friendly without having to inconvenience students with double-sided paper?
Mr. Trump?
Ken, thank you, Edison. Well, Ken, that's a great question. I would maybe lose a sweater, okay? But that's such a great question. Look, I know great people, unbelievable people, who print on both sides of the paper. Very important. This is very important. So I think something has to be done with the paper. The paper is so important, but we have to be careful. This paper's coming in, and it's giving paper cuts. We have to figure out what's going on. And if I'm elected, I will stop it big league, let me tell you. And Hillary should be ashamed. She should do the American people justice and upload all of her deleted video clips to the Henderson folder, okay?
Thank you, Mr. Trump. Secretary Clinton, your response.
You know, as I was saying, I put together my granddaughter's birthday
Here we go
party,
again.
and that takes a lot of paper. You can see more at hillaryclinton.com. The fact checkers will be checking away on the interweb, but the central issue is not video clips or building a wall between the L Wing and the rest of school, but making sure all Americans have enough paper, whether it be planning a birthday party like Stacy from Columbus, Ohio, or like my father. He ran a company. He had to spend long hours laying out, rolling, and pressing papers on the table, and I remember as a young girl watching him work so hard. The lesson of business is something I took into my own life, helping out my own favorite small business called Goldman Sachs. So paper is incredibly important to our school and this country.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. We're going to take one last question from a CHS student in the crowd.
So, I like Starbucks. Is there any chance we can get a Starbucks kiosk in the cafeteria?
Mr. Trump.
Thank you, Megan. You're not still mad at me, right? We love you, Megan. We love you. Well, we have a tremendous coffee problem in our cafeteria. We have weak coffee. We can't have weak coffee. I hear all these people saying they want Starbucks, but let me tell you, Trump coffee is the world's greatest coffee. Far more luxurious. Trump coffee is far more luxurious, and I will tell you, Nobody makes coffee better than Trump. Believe me, nobody makes coffee better than me, okay?
Wow, Donald, I #can't even. Like, can I be you?
Yes, you can.
Yes, get me some Starbucks. I love my pumpkin spice machado or whatever you call it on the Insta chat. But let's talk about the real issue here. I brought Starbucks to my granddaughter's 2nd birthday party. So we need to make sure every child has a chance to have Starbucks, especially at Chatham High School.
Thanks to you both. That concludes our debate this evening.
If you really want to vote, Election Day is November 8th. Have a good night, everyone.
Hey, Mr. Trump. Great job tonight.
What did you just call me?
Mr. Trump. I thought you did a great job, Mr. Trump. Is everything okay?
Come on, Hill. Snap out of it. Answer me. Why do people think that I'm you? Why do people think that I'm you?
I think you know.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. How could anyone possibly confuse you and me?
I don't know.
You got it.
No.
Hillary Clinton, I think, is a terrific woman. I mean, I'm a little biased because I've known her for years.
Because we're the same person?
Correct.
I don't understand.
You were looking for a way to change your political career. You could not do this on your own. All the ways you wish you could be, that's me. I talk like you want to talk. I'm smart, capable, and most importantly, I'm free in all the ways you're not.
This is impossible. This is crazy.
People do it every day. They talk to themselves. They see themselves as they'd like to be. They don't have the courage that you do.
I live in New York, she lives in New York, and I've known her and her husband for years, and I really like them both a lot. But I think you'll be looking at the record of Hillary Clinton, and how did she do as Secretary of State? Probably above and beyond everybody else and everything else.
But I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
Hillary, I have to warn you, you transferred the clips without researching their socio-economic backgrounds.
Bernie, look at me. Everything's gonna be okay. Trust me, everything's gonna be okay.
With your feet on the air, your head on the ground.
But in a very strange time.
Try this trick and spin it. Yeah. You have a collapse, but there's nothing in it. And you'll ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind?
Hi, and welcome to the second episode of the CHS Pulse.
I'm your host, Sam Orlani, alongside my co-host, Tanner Oconee. In this week's episode, we cover the fall play, homecoming, girls tennis, and the question of the week.
Stay tuned for a great episode.
Almost paradise. We're knocking on heaven's door. Almost paradise. How could we ask for more? I swear that I can see forever in your eyes. Paradise. I swear that I can see forever in your eyes. Paradise.
Each fall, our CHS Theater Department puts on a play.
I call it autumn.
Nobody cares, Sam. Let's take a look at the hard work going on in this year's production, You Can't Take It With You.
The fall play this year is You Can't Take It With You, and it is about the Sycamore family who live very unconventionally. They're a little wacky, and the daughter Alice has fallen in love with Tony Kirby, who is the son of a wealthy Wall Street businessman.
Yeah, so I play Tony. He's sort of the outsider to the dysfunctional family. He falls in love with Alice.
And Alice wants Tony and his family to come over for dinner, and they show up on the wrong night, and then chaos ensues. We started rehearsals the second week of school, so we had auditions right away and then started rehearsing the day after the cast list was posted. We rehearse, right now we're rehearsing 4 days a week, and then once we get into November, we'll rehearse every day after school, and they'll go later in the evenings.
Theater is a community, so you're always with your friends and you always get to hang out socially.
Academically, it's hard, at first it's hard to adjust because you're there much longer than you normally would be, but then you get used to it and it becomes normal.
I really think that everyone is doing a great job with their character. They're developing, we're about 4 weeks in to rehearsal, and the changes that they've made since day one are incredible. And I think with another 4 weeks of rehearsals to go, that they're going to grow even more.
I am happy with the character I was cast as, and I think I can play an ATF agent really well because I like being stern and making sure that people follow the rules.
I love Alice. She's so lovely and she's so sweet. I think I can play her really well.
I think that this is going to be quite an audience pleaser.
Well, this play, it's a fun play because it's like a comedy, so a lot of like crazy things happen.
As I said, it's very funny. It's normally set in the late 1930s, and we're setting it present day. So I think that the audience will be pleasantly surprised with some of the changes and twists that we've added to the play.
Now, Mr. Kirby, you mustn't mind Mr. Plankov. He's a Russian, and Russians are inclined to look at the Turk side of things. Oh, I am Russian. A Russian.
I really love this play because I like the ultimate message it gives. Like, you can't take it with you. You can't take like anything like materialistic that you get in life, like with you when you die. So just like live life to the fullest and like in the moment.
Sometimes you just can't choose your situation, and sometimes you want otherworldly desires, and you just have to let go because you can't take it with you all the time.
No, I hope everyone comes out to see it. You won't be disappointed. You're really in for a night of fun theater.
The autumn play will be performed on November 18th and 19th at 7:30 p.m. Check the chat at my school website for ticket information.
Another great fall tradition here at CHS is our homecoming dance.
Let's meet the candidates for this year's homecoming court.
District 10 because I'm an animalistic savage.
I'm from District 6, which is transportation.
I'm from District 10, home of the livestock.
I'm from District 4. I've been preparing for like last week. Went to the Y a couple times.
I'm from District 2, and I've been preparing for this like my whole life. District 1,
the luxury district.
I'm from District 7 actually, and I've been preparing since
It's probably about 9 o'clock, right before my econ test this morning, which will probably
I'm from District 4, which is swimming and fishing. It's really where I get my speed in the water, seeing as I'm one of the slowest members of the girls swim team.
Well, I've been dancing for about 13 years, so I'm fully prepared to bust out a few moves at home cook.
Well, every other weekend I take the NJ Transit train.
I've been doing relay races to snatch the crown.
I'm going to the Y a lot. Yeah, I do some push-ups. I will be doing training the night before. I will be walking in heels around my house. My strongest weapon would have to be Girl Scout cookies.
I would say my strongest weapon is Coach Barry.
I like to distract people with my looks, so yeah.
Oh, definitely, it's true. Yeah, just take it off, come around.
I would say my winged eyeliner is my biggest strength.
You know, I've been becoming more and more proficient using a trident. I think that that'll really propel me to victory. So
Anyone on a ladder, I generally have to look up to.
My sensei would probably be myself and Yoda. Yoda's really made me believe in myself and my power within.
Coach Barry, he is the love of my life. He is the coach for the track team.
Definitely Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been the biggest mentor for me. Like, I have a poster of him in my bedroom, and I just stare at him before I go to bed.
I probably look up to Finnick O'Dare the most, you know, from my district, and who wouldn't love Finnick O'Dare?
I would like to think so. I rock the trucker hat. I rock the silly stubble. Besides that, I can also rock a flannel. So, besides that, I'd say my style is quite on fleek.
Yes.
Kind of feels like I'm on the top of Mount Everest without a harness or any ropes or anything. I'm about to fall off the entire face of the world.
It's interesting. I didn't know I'd get here. It took about 2 years of dating someone to get here, but
Feels great, you know. Wasn't expecting it, so it's nice.
Feels all right, you know. Feels all right.
It's really cool. I mean, it's really nice, and I'm excited for it.
It feels great. It's kind of nice, like I'm actually noticed.
I mean, it feels awesome to know that I was voted for it.
It's really cool. I never thought that I'd be on this board, so I thought I would. I was really surprised.
Wow, that was intense. Hey Sam, how do you think you'd do in the Hunger Games?
I would brutally destroy my opponents, Tanner, just like the girls' tennis team did this past season.
They won 18 matches on their way to their 4th straight county title.
As a captain, you have to be a leader for the team, but also as a member of the team, we just all support each other and just always cheer each other on.
Tennis has helped me grow as a person because the team spirit always puts everyone in a good mood, and I'm always positive from now on.
Mr. Kai, he's a really supportive person. Whenever we are losing, he always cheers us up by giving us both feedback on what to do with the next shot, but also just making us have a more positive attitude.
Mr. Kai always brings up the moral of the team. Like whenever we're down, he always finds a way to get us back up and going. He will always like say us like the most positive things to us.
It showed me perseverance that even when you're losing, you can always still come back, like even when you're down 40 love. I'm playing since I was a little girl, so I would definitely like to continue the competitive athletics, the competitive tennis in college.
Great job, Lady Cougars.
Well, after 4 straight titles, there's no question that they're one of the top sports programs in our school.
Speaking of questions, Pete and Bonnie have a few election-themed questions for our CHS students.
Let's go live to Peter and Bonnie on the scene.
If you could pick anyone to run for president, who would you pick?
Donald.
If you could choose anyone to be president, who would you choose?
Kanye West, 2016.
If you could choose anyone to be president, who would you choose?
Post Malone.
If you could pick anyone to run for president, who would you pick?
I don't know.
Oprah Winfrey.
Harry Styles.
Beyonce.
Miley Cyrus.
Well done.
If you could choose anyone to be president, who would you choose?
You know, I feel that like Trump and Hillary are too mainstream. I'd go for Jill Stein and the Green Party.
If you could choose anyone to be president, who would you choose?
Oh boy. I'm in favor of Hillary.
If you could choose anyone to be president, who would you choose?
George Washington.
If you could choose anyone to become president, who would you choose?
Walter White.
What would your goal be as president?
Make America great again.
What would your goal be as president?
My goal as president would be to try to get Peter DiMaria to be my vice president.
It's a pretty good choice.
What would be your goal as president?
As president, I would take us to Mars.
How old do you have to be to become president?
32?
No.
What is it?
35.
Oh.
How old do you have to be president?
30?
How old do you have to be to become president?
35.
What is John F. Kennedy's middle name?
I have no though. Oh, it starts with an F. Okay. Fred? I don't know.
What does the F in JFK stand for?
Franklin.
Franklin? Franklin?
Franklin?
Frederick?
Friend.
F. Francis.
Fitzgerald. Well done.
Fitzgerald.
What does the F in JFK stand for?
Francis.
No.
No?
No.
Franklin?
Yeah, no.
Frederick?
No. And we're done.
All right, that's a wrap for this week's episode of The Pulse.
Don't forget to check out our We Are Chatham Spotlight on our athletic trainer, Mike Calavita. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend.